Dominant African haplogroup E is Austronesian. Y-DNA haplogroup E is the most dominant Y-chromosome haplogroup in Africa. Haplogroup D is the root of E, and has its root outside Africa, deep into Asia, or far back into the Austronesian expansion. We know this because of the plenty of evidence that is proven by the ancestral markers and further confirmed by archaeological evidence that ran first across the Austronesian expansion and this from the Americas in the direction of Africa. There most probably had been an earlier expansion directly from South America to Africa, but this seems to have been more about more primitive archaics and less cultural, or otherwise it got extinct without leaving significant evidence for some reason. Tibet and Central Asia. Tibet and Central Asia are proven extensions inland departing from the Austronesian expansion. Haplogroup D reaches Tibet and Central Asia through the Irrawaddy River, which is the most significant waterway in Myanmar, formerly Burma, flowing south from the northern part of the country to the Andaman Sea. Myanmar Austronesian and over 10,000 years. This is much older than Mesopotamia and could be similar in age or much older than Gobekli Tepe. Evidence suggests that human settlement in Myanmar dates back over 10,000 years, with early Neolithic and Paleolithic sites found in various regions. After all, these places and the Austronesian expansion in its whole is not negatively affected by the ice ages. While Myanmar is not so well known today, it possesses a rich and complex ancient culture that is evident in its architecture, art, literature, and traditions. This culture is a blend of indigenous influences, Mon people, Theravada Buddhism, and interactions with other cultures like those in India, China, and Thailand. Still today the Irrawaddy River is a major transportation route, and vital for agriculture and water resources. While the origin of haplogroup D is debated, evidence suggests it is not rooted in Africa, but rather in Asia. Studies indicate that haplogroup D originated around 70,000 years ago, near Tibet and Central Asia. The greatest diversity in haplogroup D, which is part of haplogroup DE, is found in Tibet, supporting this Asian and/or American origin. Furthermore, Wikipedia notes that a back migration into Africa, and a subsequent admixture with native African populations is a possibility. Haplogroup E dominant in Africa. Haplogroup E is indeed the most dominant Y-chromosome haplogroup in Africa. Specifically, haplogroup EM2 is the most prevalent subclade of haplogroup E within sub-Saharan Africa. While haplogroup E is prominent throughout Africa, other haplogroups like EM215, also known as E1b1b or EM35, is found in North Africa and the Horn of Africa, and has also expanded into other regions, and consequently also found in significant frequencies across Africa. Advanced metallurgy across the world during the Younger Dryas. Advanced metallurgy, even involving alloys, is present in the Americas, as well as in Europe and Western Eurasia around or before the Younger Dryas or roughly 12,900 years ago. Advanced metallurgy was present across the Austronesian expansion, involving Asia, long before, most probably already 50 to 80,000 years ago or more. The archaeological evidence for this is massive, amongst others the black mats in the Younger Dryas boundary, but quite simply not recognized as evidence. Most probably the Australasian field boundary or strewnfield is similar, but much older. All this is the subject in videos about the Younger Dryas as well as about agriculture and climate destruction amongst others. Australasian strewnfield. For consensus, the Younger Dryas is a geological time period characterized by a sudden return to colder conditions, roughly 12,900 to 11,700 years ago, while the Austronesian field refers to the vast geographic area where Austronesian languages are spoken and Austronesian cultures are present, primarily in the Pacific and surrounding regions. This without clearly putting a very old date on it. In the above consensus definition of the Austronesian field, the Younger Dryas field or boundary is not mentioned, although it should be obvious to mention it, because there are clear similarities, and because the extraterrestrial impact hypothesis is based on the similarities. For us of origin for existence, the Younger Dryas field is related to the Atlantic currents, especially to the North Atlantic Current and Gyre, and its ancient metallurgical activities, while the Austronesian field is related to the Austronesian expansion, which is directly related to the Pacific currents and gyres. And in both cases they're massive or in time very extended ancient metallurgical activities. Strikingly for us, The Younger Dryas Field or boundary also is a vast geographic area where Indo-European languages are spoken and Indo-European cultures are present. The two fields are not treated equally because threatening the Younger Dryas Field similarly could draw attention to a long-time link between Europe and Western Eurasia, and that is not in line with Out of Africa and the Beringia Land Bridge, which both are essential for consensus and standard dogma human history, although more recently and especially with ancient DNA research both are proven to be improbable.